everyone, happy Saturday. It's Lisa here, and I wanted to come and talk to you a little bit about what's happening in the astrological realm today, as well as do the daily card pull. I am finding a lot of response from everybody, so I want to thank everybody for the response I'm getting, for the shares I'm getting, for the likes I'm getting, thumbs up and subscribing, and the donations. I'm very grateful. You can find all that down below. I've also had a couple of people call me to get a private reading, and my website is listed down below, so you can definitely check that out and see what kind of readings I offer, and also the prices and so forth, and how you can get in touch with me if you would like a reading. I wanted to talk about the energy. We've been talking a lot about Mars being retrograde in Aries. We haven't talked a lot about, as of January, we are also Uranus in Taurus, which is a planet that is going to be here for a few years, which is also very, very strong. We're now on the 1st coming into a full moon in Taurus, which will be opposing and going against the full moon. The full moon the full moon will be against Uranus and Taurus. It'll be a small square, which causes more friction. And we're also on the 13th of October coming into Mercury retrograde. So we have a lot on our plates. So I really wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about the benefits of relaxation breathing, meditation if you don't do it. I don't know. Certainly leave me a comment below if this is a class you would like to learn how to meditate in. I'd be happy to run one of my sessions, one of my times on here online after I do a reading, and talk about meditation and how people can benefit from it. I found some information today that I really found helpful, and I want to share it with you because I think with everything that's happening out there, I think the important thing to remember is that it's up to each of us. It's up to each one of us kind of to become the energy that we want to see in the universe, that we want to manifest in the world. We're all spiritual leaders, so especially all of you that are coming in and doing these channels and are fascinated by the astrology and the mechanisms of how everything works, as well as the tarot readings and the mediumship that I do on Sunday mornings, etc. So I think it's really important it's a calling, okay? It's a calling when you're starting to ascend, when you're starting to be aware of your intuition, when you're starting to feel your third eye open and you're aware of the energy that's around you. It's a calling to not take lightly, okay? And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Because it's our duty as spiritual leaders or as people who feel this energy, who are empaths or who feel this intuitive energy, to actually invoke these qualities of love, of peace, and work with our own vibration to help raise the vibration of the earth. And I know this sounds a little bit crazy and it's a little bit off compared to what I usually talk about, and I'm not going to talk about it for that long. But I just wanted to say it's kind of an inspiration that everyone who comes on here and comes on the channel and wants to hear about their reading and hear about their sign, there's a reason you want to be interested in that. There are a lot of people that don't believe in the spiritual side of things. So the fact that you're coming here and enjoying this channel and spending time with me and, watching my readings and sending me comments and messages, and I'm very grateful. But it also means we have an obligation. We have an obligation to spread this love, to spread this peace, to be a spiritual leader, if you will, in not reacting to the negativity that's out there, because between now and the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of it. And I think we've touched on this for the last week or so. And I'm a person that only works in the white light. So I only believe in white light energy. I don't believe in dark energy at all. But I just think the way the stars are aligning and they're coming forward, I think there's just going to be a lot of people out there who are living in this realm of anger and frustration and all the things we talked about. So I think it's going to be up to us as we're becoming more spiritually aware, as our gifts are opening, maybe our third eye is opening and so forth, that we're acknowledging the fact that it's okay to walk away. When we're feeling a little of that anger and frustration, maybe if someone is pushing our buttons or triggering us in some way, it's okay to take a deep breath and to let it go, right? We don't always have to have a response, because I think sometimes that continues the negativity on. It continues the response and gives the person who is creating that original negativity the response they're looking for. So if we don't respond to that, and if we just let things go and let the universe flow, as they say, I feel like we'll kind of like be bringing the peace and the love and the harmony into the universe during this tough time over the next few months, actually, through the end of the year. So I think we're really going to be noticing it. I mean, I think you can all see it ramping up around everything around the election. And there's no right or wrong. I have friends on both sides, but I think the point is that we're all seeing it kind of come to fruition and come to a head. And the next few months, between all of this negativity that's out there, not dark light energy, but negativity, there's a difference. So between the negativity that will be out there based on the planets, based on how people are reacting. Oh, I can't speak today, goodness. Based on how people are reacting is really going to be up to us to change. And I really think that all of my viewers have that ability to change it and help at least make your world more relaxing, more calm. And so I did want to mention that and put that out there. If you are interested in learning more about it, as we get closer to the 1st, I'll talk a little bit more about the full moon in Taurus and what that means for everyone. But I did want to, and I'm also going to be doing a seminar, a little lecture here, like I talked about, a how-to on how to sage your house and remove any unwanted energies, how to let go of toxic binds or cords that are attached to us, right? So it's all just in how we look at things is what I really wanted to say. If we're the light bringer, if we're the people that are remaining positive and bringing the love and the light, none of the darkness or the energy of negativity can get to us over the next few months. And I just want everyone to be aware of that, because we're going to be feeling such frustration and we're going to be seeing such frustration and such anger and such rage, and it's just going to be a very tumultuous time. And I don't want us to, as light workers or people that are growing and ascending in our spiritual nature, to feel that in any way we need to fall into that or fall prey to that. We all have our own free will. We all have our ability to stay in our positivity and to spread the love and light. And I just wanted to mention that I feel like it's kind of an obligation for me to be able to bring this through for everybody, and to be able to be positive in my readings and have everyone walk away feeling good about themselves, and know that, even if the card says it might be a tough day, how can we turn that around? How can we flip that, right? So that it's a positive, so that something positive comes out of the day instead of a negative reaction. So I am going to pull a card for each of the signs. I'm going to do it based on, like I did the weekly, I'm going to do it based on the elements. So I'm going to do air, then I'll do earth, and then I'll do water, and then I'll do fire. And then I'll put a clarifier up top, and then I'll clarify any cards that I feel need clarifying. But I really think it's important when you hear your card, if it's something that you have questions about, write it down below in the comments to me. Okay, I'm happy to answer any questions that come out of the cards and what it means for you if you have specific questions. Okay, I'm here for that, and I'd like to be able to help as much as I can. So I just wanted to state that up front before I started my reading. I'm going to spray my I call this, it's called tabula rasa, which means blank slate, and kind of keep the energy happy and healthy and positive while we get into this reading. So I've been charging my cards, and I am going to use the Lightseers deck today. I will clarify any cards I get with the Rider-Waite deck if I need to. And let's see how we get started. I have already I have already shuffled these, but I will shuffle them again on camera so everyone can see me shuffle them. I know people like to know that they're definitely shuffled well. And this is for air signs that I'm going to be doing the first readings, which are Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Oh, too many cards. Let me try to do it this way here. I used my cards. I use these light seer cards all the time, and I've used them so many times. My old deck is really worn, so I bought a new deck, and now, of course, they're really slippery. So they're slipping out of my hands more than one card at a time, which should be the card for you, right? They're slipping out in groups of 20 and 30 instead, which isn't always good. So let's see. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is really new ideas. You see all the light bulbs she has, okay? It's the truth. It's finding the truth. The page is always a messenger. So maybe there's a messenger that's coming in, or there is either a messenger in the form of a page, a younger person that's coming into your life, or it could be a message that's coming into your life that kind of sheds some light on some things that you've been concerned about. So this is true of all air signs, okay? There's a thirst for knowledge. There's a quest for you to go out and find out what's the reason behind things. And today you're especially going to be inquisitive. You're going to be finding that. You're going to be wanting to know the reasons behind things. Maybe you're just researching something online on Google. But either way, it's a message. It's the generic message for everybody, the collective message for everybody, and that are air signs. Okay, I mean that are air signs. So let's start with Aquarius. Let's see what we get. Aquarius, I have the Hierophant. Libra, I have the Five of Cups. And Gemini, I have the Queen of Wands. Okay. So let's take this card with the Page of Swords. The Hierophant is all about reaching for your highest and your best, right? Look at the stairs that are behind him over here and how he's going to be climbing to the top to reach to that pinnacle. They look very happy, don't they? They're sitting there. It looks like they're meditating and thinking about something that's making them very happy. But they have a journey ahead of them, okay? The Hierophant is all about reaching a higher power, reaching a higher level for yourself, the truth. And that's where you're heading today. Aquarius. So, and along with this it kind of goes hand in hand, because we talked about the collective card being knowledge seeking, and this card that is being pulled individually for you is all about the Hierophant, and who is very knowledgeable, who is very smart, who is very empathic is the way I guess I want to put it, or very energized by other people's energy. So just know that it's going to be a really good day, but it's going to be a day that kind of backs up the collective card here of research, of intellect, of looking into things, of seeing how things tick. And if it's a messenger or a message, an email or a text or something that kind of makes you go, I need to find out more about that. That's exactly what today's about for you. Okay, Aquarius? Libra. Okay, let's look at the card itself first. The Five of Cups. Sadness, right? She looks like she's in despair. She's taking the last of her cups and rolling it down into what looks like a whirlpool here. She's not happy. She's doing a lot of thinking. So this card, this collective card of thinking and researching, maybe she's doing it, or it's being led to her because she's in this place of I like to call it kind of a funkiness card. It's a card of despair. It can be a card of loss. It not necessarily, not at all a person or anything, but something that maybe is standing out to you that you could be losing. Maybe you're worried about income. Maybe you're worried about love, somebody in your life. Maybe you're worried about property. Maybe you're really financially worried about money because of everything that's been happening. And if that's the case, this thinking is going to bring you to the point, like the collective card says, of really trying to find some answers. Okay. And so I think that's important to do. I am going to clarify this card because with the Rider deck, get a little more information on the Five of Cups, because fives can often mean change. But the Five of Cups often is a card of kind of, it's not a negative card, but it's a card of self-reflection and not always being happy. I'll say it like that. So let's pull this and look at the card that's with it, the world. So the more you reflect, the more you think about what it is you're doing, the more you think about maybe what it is you're letting go of. As we come closer to the full moon, it's a lot about letting go of energy. It's a lot about letting go of things that no longer serve you. And maybe that's something you're doing today, is letting go of some things. And that's why this picture she looks very sad. But once you do that and you let go, the card the clarify that comes through is the world. So you have everything at your fingertips. You have everything that you're looking for. You have everything that you want. It can be a challenge in the very beginning to get to this card. But once you're here, it's a beautiful card. It's a winning card. It's a happiness card. And that's all going to happen today for you. So if you find you wake up in the morning and you're feeling a little bit down and you're doing a lot of thinking, right, with this Page of Swords, and you're looking for some answers with the collective, and you're kind of down in the dumps, but then once you release some things and let go of some energy or some toxic things in your life, toxic people, toxic items, anything that isn't serving you anymore, you're going to get to the world, and it's going to be, the rest of the day is going to be really nice. So I hope you enjoy that. Gemini, Queen of Wands. Look how happy she is. She's sitting in her power. She's very grounded. Look at all the light that's around her, all the yellows and the oranges. And she's sitting in her own power in her solar plexus. She's feeling the energy in her sacral chakra. She's very happy. She's a queen, and that's what you are for the day. You know, you're setting yourself up for this happiness. I don't need to clarify it, because I mean, there's only one step above, and that's the King of Wands. And to me, this doesn't represent a person. This represents more of an energy. And I feel like the energy you have today is one of hope and happiness and love and peace and all the things we were talking about at the beginning. And you're strong in it. That's why you're holding the wand above your head. You're strong in the fact that that you feel so good about the way everything's going. So that's a beautiful card to get. So I hope your day continues to go really, really well. And let's put these away, and we'll pull for Earth cards. I'm going to shuffle one more time in between. Okay, let's see what we get here. So the card that's on the bottom is the King of Cups, the King of Emotions, right? He's in charge of his own emotions. So these are for Earth cards. So this is the collective for all the Earth cards. Look how calm the water is. Look how calm the emotions are around you today. The ship is going out. You no longer, I mean, if it was turned around, I'd say, oh, your ship is coming in. But for the King of Cups, he's sitting in a pool of water. He's got the starfish around him. He has fish around him. He has his hands in the water. Look at the chakra energy that's coming from his heart chakra. He's in balance. He's happy. He's peaceful. He's calm. He's taken these deep breaths that we talked about earlier. He's in a really good place. And that's what I'm feeling for this card as the King of Cups. And for the collective, for Earth signs today, it's going to be a really nice day. It's a very emotionally stable day. And that's what I get with the King of Cups. So let's see what we get now for Capricorn. I must not have shuffled these. Let me shuffle them one more time, because I just got two of the same cards. And you saw me shuffle in between, right? So I know I'm not going crazy, but I want to try. If it comes out a third time, then I'll know that it's true. But okay, I have the Ten of Wands, the end for Capricorn, the ending of a journey. Okay, the Wands is all about the journey itself and how hard you have to work to get there. And you've come to fruition. You've come to the ending. Look how far down the hill she's made it with all of this energy, with all of this material, either material wealth or material baggage that is in a relationship. You've come this far. Now is it time to maybe take a look, since you've reached the pinnacle, you've reached the 10. Before you go much further, is it time to take a look and to be able to release some of this baggage, right? Maybe you don't need it all. Maybe this is just an illusion that you don't need as much as you need. The 10 of Wands can be a card of letting go, definitely. And again, as we come closer to the full moon, I'm going to clarify this card, but it's definitely a card of letting go of where you are, letting go of what you have. And it's not letting go of everything. It might just be letting go of something that you're finding no longer serves you in your life. Okay, so let's see what we come up with as a clarifying card. The Nine of Pentacles, gorgeous. So this is a card of true abundance. So even though you're at the end here with the Ten of Wands, you're at the end of this journey, right? You've reached the pinnacle. And now it's kind of like, okay, I've carried everything. Maybe I left a home and I've carried everything with me and I've got everything on my journey. But it's okay now. I can relax. I can let some things go. And when you do, the Nine of Pentacles comes through. The Nine of Pentacles is all about abundance and riches. It can be about, this is coins, so it can be financial abundance. It can be about love, relationship abundance. It can be about abundance and wealth, health, destiny, life, relationships. Okay, so this is definitely what's coming through once you let go a little bit of this that's dragging you down. Okay, even though you've reached the pinnacle, that just tells you you've worked really hard to get here. Okay, you climb down that hill. Everything is being carried. You're carrying everything. Your oxen is carrying everything. It's okay now to take a deep breath and let go of a little bit of it. And when you do, you're going to find true happiness. You're going to find that you're abundant in so many areas of your life. So that's lovely. That's for today. Beautiful card. So let's pull for Virgo and see what we get. Oop. It doesn't want to come out. Virgo, I got the Ten of Pentacles. So 2 tens, interesting. So the Ten of Pentacles is, if you look at the sacred geometry that's at the top, this is a happy family. The Ten of Pentacles comes after the Nine of Pentacles that we just clarified the Capricorn with, right? So this could be a Capricorn or it could be a Leo or a Sagittarius, I'm hearing. But the Ten of Pentacles is family happiness. Family peace, family knowing that they have enough financial backing, that they can relax. They don't need to work maybe as many jobs. Maybe you're thinking about letting go of a job that you're working or something where you're making extra money. Maybe you're in a really good place financially. Maybe your family is just very, very blessed and you're very grateful that they're in a good place at this point. But this is the pinnacle. This is the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of feeling at peace and happiness and abundance in all things we mentioned with the Nine. This is this is where you strive to be. Okay, you strive to get to this point, and you've gotten there. You have the riches. She's holding on tight to it over here. The riches. You have the family life that you want. Look how happy everyone is. Maybe you have your good health. Everyone's standing and happy and running around. So this is the card that's just going to be a wonderful day for you, Virgo. So I hope you enjoy it. And remember, you have the King of Cups here also, who is just very calm and very peaceful. So maybe not only are you feeling joyous in the celebration of life and joyous in everything that you have in your life and grateful, this is also the King who is very peaceful as well. So enjoy both, because those are beautiful cards. I don't even need to qualify that card at all, clarify it. And for Taurus, I have the Five of Swords. Now, the Five is also a breakdown. It can be a loss. It can be letting go of something. It could be something that doesn't turn out the way you want it to. In this deck, there's the crows often represent the swords. The swords often are about truth, finding out a truth that maybe you're not happy with, or finding out a truth, something that is just the way he's holding his head. Maybe it's just mind-boggling to him that this truth is occurring. So he's in despair. Okay, he's thinking a lot about things. How could he have done things differently? Is what I'm hearing psychically. So Taurus, maybe this is a day of reflection for you. Maybe this is a day of going inward and doing a little bit of shadow work. It's not a negative card, but it is a card of where there can be you losing things or letting go of things, or a card of loss, something not turning out the way you expected it to be. Remember, you still have this King of Cups. I am going to clarify the card, but the King of Cups still is telling you that it's okay. Everything's calm. You don't need to worry about it, right? So let's clarify this. And see what card I got. Okay, so I have the Seven of Swords on top of the Five of Swords. So I still have the worry. Look at the burden he's carrying here with all these swords. There's 2 swords in the ground, but he's still carrying a burden. It looks like he's trying to escape something. He's trying to get away from something. And this person is also thinking about maybe escaping or getting away from something. So there could be something in your life today that either is lost or that you're feeling you need to let go of. You don't need to carry this burden the way he's carrying it. It's time to let go. So with a 5 and a 7, it quite often means, Taurus, that there is something that is going to disappoint you or is going to be a loss. But remember, with the King of Cups, you can turn it around, and it doesn't have to be an emotion that you're wrapped up in negatively. Okay? That's important. Okay. So now I'm going to go on to water cards. And like I said, the water signs, if you have questions about the cards I pull, feel free to leave a comment down below. Okay? Because I'm happy to come back, and I always read all the comments that people leave. This card just definitely wants to come out, so I'm going to bring, it's the Ace of Cups, and it's going to be the signifier or the collective card for water signs. Beautiful card. We'll talk about it in a minute, but it definitely just kept pushing its way out, so I'm going to definitely take it. But if you have any questions, don't forget to ask down below. It doesn't mean that someone is going to be lost or that you're going to lose someone. I feel is it more of something material that you're going to lose. It could be that you're just spending a lot today. Maybe you're buying a brand new car. Maybe you're going out and spending more on a washer and a dryer that broke down, and you're not happy about it when you woke up this morning and realized it was broken. Something is lost that you're trying to fix, and he had his hand on his head, so he's trying to work it out, okay? And you can too. So let's see, Cancer. What card am I pulling for you? The King of Pentacles. Okay. Scorpio, I've got the King of Swords in reverse. And I've got the 10 of Cups for Pisces. Another 10. We're getting a lot of 10s, a lot of coming to fruition today, a lot of coming to the end of the line, the happiness factor, right? When you reach the 10, that's what you've worked so hard to get to. So let's enjoy it. The Ace of Cups, beautiful, new beginning, Ace of Emotions, right? So this could be starting a new relationship. This could be being introduced to someone who is going to affect your emotions and make you feel happy. It's a brand new beginning. So we're starting off fresh today. So if you have felt like water signs that you've been overburdened, overwhelmed, maybe feeling financially short or feeling, gee, why is all this bad karma coming to me? I've heard a few people say that in the last few days. So it's not anymore. This is starting fresh. So today might be the beginning of something new and wonderful for you. So look for it and take advantage of it, because it's definitely in your path. So Cancer, I have the King of Pentacles, and look how calmly he's sitting. He's a wise man. He's got the dog next to him. He's lived a good life, but I think it's more about being contemplative, being content. He's sitting with the pentacles on his lap. There's nowhere higher he can go. He has everything he needs, right? He has enough money. He has enough abundance. He has the love that he wants. He has the dog by your side. He's very content. He's very happy. And this is from, going from the king to the new beginning. This is the perfect place. He's where he is. He's at his pinnacle. He's starting over emotionally, but he's at his pinnacle for abundance and wealth. So just know that this is a really nice card. I want to draw a signifier just because I feel that I'm not sure if this is about career, feeling that the money's coming in like crazy, or if this is more about a relationship, that a relationship is going really well. So let me pull a clarifier for that card, Cancer, and see. This card definitely wants to come out. So it's the Knight of Cups. Again, another emotional card, the Ace of Cups, right? The Knight of Cups is different than a lot of the other knights. Knights often are about movement or moving forward, and he's very happy to just stand still. He's sitting on his horse. You can see the water running down below him, which is very calm. His emotions are very calm, and he has a cup that he's holding. So he's bringing in good news. Okay, so you already have an abundance of good news here with the King of Pentacles. But this Knight is just telling you it's more about emotional. It's more about the emotional side, okay? It's not necessarily about the career side is what I'm getting with this card. So it's more about a relationship than it would be about a career, okay? Scorpio, in reverse, the King of Swords. So the swords, again, are represented by the all of the crows in this picture. It's the same gentleman, but you notice his hair is blown back. He looks different. He's sitting differently. He has his sword down. It's not drawn, so he's not actively looking for a fight. He's smarter than that, right? Here's the owl. He doesn't need to actively look for a fight, but it could mean that there is somebody that's antagonizing you or setting you up for responding in a negative way. And we talked a little bit about this at the beginning, right? You don't need to respond in a negative way to this King of Swords. He is a king. It could be that it's a Libra. It could be, I'm hearing, a Sagittarius. Scorpio, it could also be an Aquarius that's coming. But I feel like with the King of Swords, you've reached the pinnacle here. You're at the end, ready to start over with this Ace of Cups emotional wise. And so don't let this, if it is representing a man in your life or a woman in your life, it could be either. Don't let this person get you down. Don't be dragged into their drama is what I'm hearing with this card. Okay. You don't need to be. I'm going to draw a clarifier for this card and see what else I'm getting besides the King of Swords here. Because I feel like once you stop yourself from getting dragged in, you have the Three of Pentacles. He's looking into the future, very calm. He has all this bright yellow around him. His solar plexus is strong. He's standing in his own power. He has growth coming from the wands. He's building. He's rebuilding. So even though the King of Swords is here, which is about truth, or it could be a gentleman that's coming in or a woman that's very strong, sitting in their own power. He's not trying to start a fight. You're just seeing it that way. Because if you look into the future, you have these wands around you, and you're strictly about building a new life. So take your time. You really don't need to make any decisions today, is what I'm hearing. Just kind of go with the flow. His back is turned toward us, which is telling me that he's on his way. He's on a journey. He's leaving or taking some steps in a direction maybe that you weren't planning on doing today. But enjoy it, because the Three of Wands is a really nice card. Okay. The Ten of Cups is the cup I pulled for Pisces. Beautiful family life. This is all about relationships and family, the pinnacle, right? Look at the happy kids playing in the background, and the lovers sitting there watching their children. Whether they're married or not married, they're happy. The cups, the rainbow, everything in this picture just screams the embodiment of happiness. And that's how your day is going to be today, Pisces. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a day filled with balance and harmony and love. And enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it. I don't need to clarify this because this is such a happy card. It's just telling me all you need to do is to sit back and really enjoy, okay, and take it all in and be grateful, because it's definitely a day for you to shine and to enjoy all the fruits of your labor, okay? It's an emotional card. Be happy. Enjoy it, okay? That's lovely. So now I'm going to go on to the fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what we get for these signs. I'm going to shuffle again. I feel like this is the clarifier. I have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. That's a wonderful clarifier. Aries, I have the Page of Wands. Leo, I have the Eight of Wands. Interesting, we're getting so many Wands cards. And I have the Empress for Sagittarius. This card is very unique, and whenever I pull it, I feel, for obvious reasons, look at the growth. She has the world in her stomach. She has a world at her fingertips. The Empress is the mother goddess. So quite often times, I'm going to start with Sag. Quite often times when I pull this card for Sagittarius or for any other sign, it's the card of fertility. It's the card of no longer having a problem conceiving. It's the card of getting ready to give birth or hearing about a new birth. And the Empress is the mother card, right? It's the nurturing card. It's the loving. It's the caring card. It's beautiful. And with the Nine of Cups, which is all about emotions, look how happy she is in this. So hearing about this pregnancy, hearing about somebody, it doesn't have to be you. It can be anybody else that is pregnant, but hearing about it is making you very happy. If it is you, if you've been struggling with infertility, you will be finding out today that you are pregnant. Okay. If it is somebody else, you're going to find out that it's really good news and they're really excited and happy. They're dancing for joy. The Nine of Cups. Beautiful emotional feeling for Sag. So I'm going to go back to Aries here, the Page of Wands. She's also doing a dance of happiness. She's throwing the wand up in the air, or it looks like, according to what it's showing us, is she's been throwing it around in circles, isn't she? So she's dancing. She's not going anywhere. The sky is yellow. She's grounded in this card. She's happy. I feel like this could be equated with Sagittarius energy. I also feel Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, or Taurus. Somebody in your life that's coming in. A page is often a younger person, but bringing good news, bringing a happy message. Pages, wands are often a suit of building what you're working on career-wise. But having this Nine of Cups and getting to this space of fruition and the space of true happiness emotionally, she's just going to be happy in this card. She's just going to share her happiness with everybody. So this card is a little bit different than it is in the Rider-Waite deck. For me, I always, the Page of Wands is a little bit different in that deck. And I'm going to pull a clarifier card. It's a happy card though, so I hope you enjoy your happiness today for sure, Aries. But the card I got is the Hierophant, right? The truth, telling the truth. Try not to stand in judgment today, because that's what the Hierophant tends to do, is stand in judgment. It could be that someone is judging you and you say, you know what? I'm so happy. You're not going to stand in my way today, right? I don't care if you judge me, because I'm happy. I have the emotions of the Nine of Cups on my side. I have the Page of Wands on my side. I'm just going to enjoy life today. And the Hierophant can take a back seat, right? Leo, the Eight of Wands, building card, right? It's after the Seven of Wands and comes before the fruition card, the Nine of Wands. This is a building card. Up towards the sky. Everything is pointed in the same direction. There's no fight. There's nothing standing in your way. Sometimes an 8 can mean a move. Sometimes an 8 can mean travel. But I'm just feeling that you're sitting still and enjoying. Maybe you're planning on going outside and looking at the stars. Maybe that's why it's showing us the stars. But all of the wands that are pointing in the same direction in this card is just continuing to build. You have the Nine of Cups emotionally, so you're very, very happy. This is a happiness card. And if you look at it from your perspective as being down here, right, and looking at all the wands up forward, moving forward, you're still building. There's a space over here for the 9 and for the 10 of Wands. There's a space for you to move forward. So continue to grow, continue to let the weekend be a good weekend for you. I am going to pull a clarifier on that card just to be sure. And then again, if anyone has any questions about their cards and what I drew, please feel free to leave it below. Interesting. Double message. Eight of Wands again. Okay. And in the Rider-Waite deck, the Eight of Wands is movement, right? Moving forward. And here it's standing still. So the difference between decks is amazing, but you still get the Eight of Wands. So it's still a building day for you. A positive day, but a building day. And that doesn't happen very often when you get the same card drawn from two different decks that have been shuffled. So enjoy your day, and just know that it's a building day. If it's not the perfect day, that's okay. Tomorrow will be, okay? And that's how you can look at it. That's how you can manifest it when you move forward. So I hope you enjoyed your reading part of this. I am going to do the 5 to 10 minutes of the Reiki that I like to, the Reiki music that I like to do at the beginning, or I'm sorry, at the ending of every reading. So let me pull that up and I'll get that started for you. And like I said, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit the notification button, because tomorrow morning I'll be on at some point and you will be notified. I'll be doing mediumship readings, which is a lot of fun. I love to do it, and it's part of why I'm in this business and why I use my gifts the way I do. We bring through such loving and kind messages from our loved ones and our family and friends and archangels and so forth that have already crossed over and are bringing us messages through. So I would love for you to be here. So hit the notification button, give me a thumbs up, and leave me a message or a comment down below, certainly. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of Reiki healing. So I'm hoping you'll enjoy that. Let me pull it up for you here. Reiki music. Okay. Finding
change of scenery is more rewarding than you think.
Alrighty. I'm going to get started and just relax, right? Sit back and enjoy the energy of Reiki healing. This is to balance your chakras and help you to feel aligned. It makes for a stronger immune system and allows you to feel complete and whole. So just enjoy. I hope you all enjoyed the Reiki healing. I always do it at the end of every daily session so you can come in and have your chakras cleansed. And while I was doing the Reiki healing, I was getting a lot of messages psychically, messages about letting go today, go of the toxicity, really breathing in the nurturing vibration that you are, the loving white light vibration that you are, and being able to share that with other people. Let go of the things that no longer serve you. So I hope this helped you today. I hope the messages resonate true for you. Please leave me some comments down below and I'll get back to you, and give me a thumbs up if you like the reading, and please share it out. I really appreciate all of you. It's wonderful. I will see you tomorrow, and if you're on notifications, you'll get notified when I come on to do the mediumship reading. Okay? We'll see you then, and enjoy your Saturday.